welcome to Delivery of Things World 2016. I'm here with Chris Gargiulo from Maersk. Hi, Chris.
Hi.
And thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So you just presented really freshly a keynote presentation that was entitled Moving the Elephant.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more about it and how it's linked to DevOps?
Yeah, the moving the elephant, it's really an expression about the challenges that you have when trying to incorporate DevOps methods of working into existing organizations, and particularly when they have long-standing processes and organizational silos or governance rules, even cultures in place, cultures that sometimes may not be that change willing, and it can be challenging. But it's also another aspect about proving that DevOps is more beneficial than what's already there, right? Because people can say, well, this is the way we do it, it seems to work. So why would we want to go through that hassle or that cost to do it? Right? So you have to demonstrate it in measurable ways along the process as well. So it's a combination of those two things that I use as a term, moving the elephant.
Yeah, because when you think about Maersk, it's not necessarily the first company that you would think implemented DevOps. So how did you do it, and how did it impact your business?
Well, it's the connection people have to shipping, I would think. You know, most people have gone online and they will, send a parcel through, one of the overnight carriers, or they will book a hotel room or even an airline flight in some sort of logistics as part of a travel. But most people don't book containers. But they're just big boxes. So when you send something to your folks for Christmas, for instance, it's just a big box that's going on a ship, right? But I think that disconnect is what people wouldn't think, that, oh, do they have IT? But it's a huge IT organization. And just like any business, it's very competitive and demanding. And its IT is a critical enabler for it to being able to adapt to the business needs. And more importantly, to the customer's changing needs, right? And the frequency of what they're trying to obtain by moving products from around the world.
What are some of the challenges that you've been facing implementing DevOps?
I think it's very typical within most organizations. And I wouldn't say it's challenges related to just size. I mean, I think smaller organizations than that of Maersk would have the same cultural resistance and even behavioral resistance to adapting to the needs of what you do. Because DevOps starts as an IT-focused way of working, right? It's a better way, almost like creating an assembly line, very efficient. So instead of bottling 1 or 2 bottles at a time, you can bottle 1,000 a minute in a straight row. But it's more than that. I mean, it's not done in an incubator. You have to do it in conjunction with the business. Because even though you're adjusting and moving forward with this DevOps method, you have to support the business that whatever it is your product or service you're selling. It can't be just about optimizing IT. There's different ways to go about doing that. So you're really looking at improving technical aspects with tools and processes, and you're also very much looking to align and navigate to changing business needs while you're doing it. Right? It's challenging at times, but it's fundamental to connect those two together while you progress to the different stages of your DevOps implementation. At least that's my view.
Cool. So you had a keynote presentation this morning. What do you think of the event format and the community that's gathered here in Berlin?
Oh, I think it's great. I've been to a couple of these, whether as a speaking engagement or just as an attendee, and I think the way it's set up is very similar, and it's got a lot of energy. It looks like there's some great presentations coming. And what I like to see is not only are they covering similar topics because of what's being done and how it's being done in different organizations, their success stories, but the challenges that tend to happen at different levels or different times in the evolution, right? Some organizations, they're looking just to get started. How do they justify it? How do they measure a level of initial success, which is always important to define, right? But then others, they've been doing it for a while, and now they need to scale it or broaden it out. And they're really struggling with some of those long-term cultural barriers, even mindset barriers within the leadership team. And all of that really helps bring people together to say, hey, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're starting, you've been doing it a little bit, or you're quite far down the road, there's still challenges with it. There is no one way to say, hey, this is it, it's successful, it's over. And maybe that's a core piece of how DevOps is meant to work. You're never really supposed to be complacent. It's always meant to keep being improving. And, the end result may be truly a transformed organization and not just being agile with its IT infrastructure and how it can respond to customer needs, but really how its business is thinking and leveraging its IT.
Well, thank you very much for all the insights, Chris.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Enjoy the rest of the 2 days.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. It's been fun.